everybody, how's it going? It's Jessie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff here on FlossTube, and I am coming to you on this Wednesday, September 4th, 2019, with my next update video. Long time no see. Have you missed me? It's been, what, 72 hours since my last video went up? Something like that. Yeah. This weekend was a bit of a Jessie Marie Does Stuff fest, I guess. Just a lot of videos coming at you in a very short period of time. Shorter than even I intended. The long videos take an exceptionally long time to upload, and because I am uploading in HD in 1080, and so they take a lot longer to upload than they used to, and it was also interrupted. So when just a little behind the scenes info for you. When I upload, my internet slows down tremendously to the point where we can't use the Wi-Fi on any of our devices. And so it basically shuts down the internet for us. So Friday night, I set to upload at about 7:30, I think is when I started, and it said projected 3 hours. And then about an hour later, it still said 3 hours left. And I had a School of Magical Stitches meeting to attend, and so I needed my internet, so I had to wait until Saturday to upload. So this video that was super long took like roughly, I don't know, 36 hours from sit down to film to upload. That's a long time. So I am really looking forward to this video being relatively short. I say that now, and I'm going to end up going for an extraordinary long time, but really, if I fill the next 35 minutes of your time, I'll be surprised. I will. I'll be surprised. Because I just don't have, comparative to last week, I don't have a whole lot to discuss with you. So, what do we have to talk about? Just a reminder here that any Q&A that was asked in the recent weeks will be covered in a Q&A and Stitch With Me towards the end of the month. So we are going to jump right into the works in progress. I have a little bit of planning. I have a little bit of haul. It's short in volume, but it makes up for it in just absolute excitement. And then I have some knitting to talk about. I haven't finished any books, and if you watched my planning video, then you know what I intend to read this month, or at least over the next 2 months, so I won't talk about books unless I finish something. So yeah, not a ton to go over, so we'll see how it goes. And I think that's probably all that I have to say before I start showing things. So let's get into the works in progress. When last we spoke, I was working on Give Thanks by the Drawn Thread, and that project lives in my Evertotes Gobble Till You Wobble bag. Just so hokey. It's not even funny. It's so hokey. Even if it wasn't meant to be. And then that gorgeous ochre interior. Just thought that I would try to show project bags if projects are relevant. And this is what that will look like finished. So I was working on this flower pot here when I showed this to you last. And I was working on it until I reached, I think it was a total of 900 stitches. Well, that ended up carrying me through the end of the month of August. I worked on it on Friday and Saturday, and so this is how I ended the month. And I'm really excited just about how this flower pot came together in the end. I think it's really, really pretty. So I'm going to insert a close-up picture because, as always, I can't bring this in close enough for you to be able to see. But we have the squared rays, which I showed you last time, some long back stitches, and then the inside of the vase itself, or the flower pot itself, is with this really pretty woven stitch. It's super simple. It looks a lot more complicated than it is, but it's really pretty. So got that done, and I still had a couple hundred stitches left to get, so I moved on and got started on the centerpiece. Quite literally, the centerpiece. And so I am working on that. So I finished the first blackbird and worked on the leaves a little bit. And that got me to 900 or a little there over, and so goal accomplished. The fabric here, just as a reminder, is 32 count Belfast in Vintage Country Mocha from Swagart, and I am using the DMCs in place of the MPIs, but I did use the dinky dyes as called for. I do have those. So yeah, I really love this. I love how pretty it is and how delicate it is, and I will look forward to working on this again. However, Saturday was my 5th day working on this project, and my goal for the end of the year was 5 days. So this project has, I hesitate to call it UFO, but I don't really have another term for it, but this is put away for the rest of the year so that I can focus on some other goals. So as much as I would like to just power through and finish the whole thing, I've got to keep going with other things. I just got done telling you that I worked on Give Thanks through the end of Saturday, so through the end of August. That was August 31st. But you may recall, if you watched the longer update video that posted this past Saturday, I spoke about the fact that I was supposed to work on In This Moment for those Semi-Sane Stitchers events. I never got to it. Between the editing and upload time suck that was involved with my update and my plans video this weekend to going to watch the Hokies game and my brother-in-law's, there was just no time. So I washed my hands of it. It's all good. I didn't reach all of my goals in August, but that's life, right? That's life. So moving forward, we're into September 1st. And it's so funny. I remember saying last week, because it wasn't that long ago, that I wasn't in the mood for new starts. But I'm a liar, because I had a planned new start for Sunday, September 1st. And that was this project here, because September 1st is Back to Hogwarts Day. I wanted to start a Harry Potter piece so bad. And so I've had this not ready to go, but in the plans to start on the 1st for a long time now. So this is Hogwarts Attributes. It's by Maria Brovko. I got this from Etsy. It is the Etsy shop is Cute Patterns by Maria. I will link that in the description box below. And I've also inserted a color picture because my printer doesn't know how to do color anymore. So, c'est la vie. So, I had it in the plans to start this on September 1st. After the tech game, I came home, and while I was on Virtual Stitchers, I asked them to help me choose fabric for this. And ultimately, what they helped me decide is 32 count Belfast in Murtaugh by Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. And it's this beautiful, grungy kind of blues and browns and grays, and maybe even some green tones in there. It's beautiful, and I think it's a winner. So I got started in the wee hours of Saturday, well, Sunday morning. I didn't start till after the 1st, till after midnight, and then worked on it all day Sunday, and this is what I have to show for it. So this design could also be called the, oh my gosh, that's a lot of white, because there's an awful lot of white in this. The crest itself is outlined in white or a white blend. And then, of course, we have, bam, Snowy White Owl. There's a lot of white in this. Fortunately, it's B5200, and I like that so much better than block. I think it lays prettier. So that's where I got started. Now, this is one of those Russian-Ukrainian designs that uses an awful lot of colors and an awful lot of blends. And I don't have this kitted up yet, so I was able to focus on just a couple of colors. And so that's what I chose to do for that. So my year-end goal for this is 5 days, I suppose, because this is another Etsy design. Once I reach those 5 days, then it's going to go into the Etsy list to be worked on hopefully next year. But I just wanted to get it started. I have wanted a Hogwarts crest for a while, and I have been super underwhelmed by the ones that have been available. And when I saw this months ago, long time ago, I needed to start it. So there is that. So I got that started. Okay, so on Sunday, School of Magical Stitches had a pop-up. Because the first landed on a Sunday and our weeks end on Sundays, it just worked out that we had a 1-day sort of homework assignment, and that was to work on our newest whip or to have a new start, and 1 point per 100 stitches. It was a collaborative house event, and so it worked out beautifully that I had that new start, and all of those stitches went to that. The side effect to having that new start is that Spin Me September got on a delayed start, but that's okay. I started on the 2nd, and so the evening of Sunday the 1st, I spun my unfinished WhipGo Goals wheel, and the first one it pulled is the Spooky Countdown by the Primitive Hare. So preview here of what that will look like finished. And so I have been working on this for the last couple of days. Today's the 4th, so today is my day 3. And I just recently scrolled to the top, so you can see that the very top is done. I finished up that top border, and I have finished this entire top banner or block or what have you. So I just finished that up this morning. And because this is an orange fabric, everything else is going to go blue. That's fine. So then I rolled up so that I could continue working, and I came down to work on this block here. There's a mistake because I am rife with mistakes nowadays. I don't know what's going on, but I fudged it, and I'm not ripping. Not ripping. I'm done with the ripping. So there's that. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. What more can I say? So my year-end goal with this is to get this block and then these 3 done underneath here. And this project is supposed to go away today. So I don't think that that's going to happen, but I'm just going to keep working on it throughout the rest of the day, and we'll see how far I get. I thought that I might try to get it done today, but I've got my fantasy football draft tonight, and so yeah, I'm not going to be able to stitch this evening, which is okay. That is quite all right. This fabric is 32 count Belfast, also by Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie in Gingerbread. And I am thrilled with the progress. I think I've put in about 1,000 stitches so far, which is great. That's great. I will take it happily. So there is that. With that being what I'm working on currently, that's going to take us into the plans. So let's talk about some upcoming plans. This segment, once again, is going to be fairly quick because it is Spin Me September and I don't know what I'm working on. So I decided that I was going to, if it works out right, I'm going to spin with you guys. So it just happens to work out that tomorrow is when I'm supposed to switch projects. And so I did spin, and I'm going to insert that here so that y'all can see. You will see that Spooky Countdown is kind of blacked out because I'm on non-repeating selections. And so there we go. So I ended up with Glory of Autumn. So this is Glory of Autumn by Dimensions. Forgive the glare. I started this project in 2015. So slow. Yeah, this is going to be a long-term work in progress. So with this project, I subbed out the fabric for 28 count cashel linen. It's just an antique white because I much prefer linen. And here's where I will be starting from. So that's what we've got. There's nothing on the other side. This is what we've got. So yeah, so I will put in 3 days on this. Hopefully that's enough to get my 500 half stitches like I need for School of Magical Stitches extra credit. I think that would be pretty great. What else? Oh, so my year-end goal for this project is just 5 days, and I've already put in 2. So these 3 days will finish out my year-end goal, which I think is phenomenal. I am super excited about that. And once I reach that point, then I'll show you the updated Whipco board so you guys can sort of keep track of where I'm at. Super excited. And I am looking forward to working on this again. I just have to remember to use a bigger needle because some of this half stitch is with 5 or 6 strands. Yep, need a bigger needle for that. So that is where I will be starting from for this. Now, other plans. Turns out that September is not just Spin Me September, it's Sampler September. And at first I was like, I can ignore this, I will be just fine, I'm gonna keep going with my own plan. But the enabling with this is so real, it's so real. So I know that at some point this weekend I'm probably gonna pull out Hope Sampler to put some time into it. I need it for various things, as I discussed in my planning video. So that for certain is probably going to come out before next week. I may also have a sampler start because I just kind of want to. I want to play along with the Sampler September. I'm a joiner, and I feel like I'm missing out here. So we shall see. I have a couple of options playing around. Mary Hog is one that is definitely high on my list. I also have Leah Gronow, which is the Merry Wind Farm sampler that I lost my mind over. I'm sure there's a Blackbird design sampler or 7 that I want to start. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm so torn because I have been so excited about this Spin Me September idea and just the prospect of getting stuff done and accomplished that, I don't know, it kind of hurts to miss one or the other. So I've got to try to come up with some extra hours so I can do both. So anyway, so that is it for the plans. I know that I'll be working on Glory of Autumn for the next 3 days. What I work on outside of that, we shall see. So let's switch over to stash acquisition. Single, just one. In new stash this week, I have just one thing. I alluded to it last week and then I deleted it because I am that superstitious. I was afraid that it was going to fall through. I was afraid that something was going to happen to it in the mail. I was really, really concerned and highly superstitious, on edge with this. And so I didn't want to jinx it and cause any issues. So I found a unicorn on eBay, and it was for quite a bit. It's some out-of-print pricing like you would not believe, but I've never seen it go for what I got it for. I've never seen it go for this low. So it was a lot, and so Stitch from Stash maybe canceled, but we'll see. So anyway, so here's what I got. I am so giddy. I am like so giddy. When I got here yesterday, I was petrified. I was afraid that I was going to open this up and it was going to be a counterfeit, and that, or something would be wrong with it, or there would be crayon or permanent marker all over everything. I was, I was dreading, equal parts dreading, and so incredibly excited to open this. It was like Christmas and Halloween and my birthday and my anniversary and all of the good things rolled into one. Yeah, I was thrilled and excited. So this is Thine is the Trick and the Treat by the Prairie Moon. This is out of print. It's HAFTF. And I hate to take this turn, but I just would politely ask that nobody ask me for this. Just please don't. I don't like to say that, but it needs to be said. I am not interested in selling it or giving it away or lending it out at this point. So this is going to be one of my new starts in October, for sure. So I have 3 guaranteed new starts for Dark October stitching. This, Ravenkin by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Selena Finnick, and Jack's Bash. I mentioned Jack's Bash last fall, and I know that Annette from Annette's Acre, and I think Michelle from Cozy Egg, I know that we are planning on starting it. If there's anybody else who's planning on starting Jack's Bash in October, join along. I have no idea of an official start date, just that we're starting in October. And oh my goodness. I have a thing for Halloween Quakers. I love all of the Halloween Quakers that I've ever seen. And this is the piece de resistance for my Quaker Halloweens collection. I'm still going to keep collecting them, but this is like this is the thing. It's the thing. I'm so thrilled. And so I'm going to find some fabric and a silk. If y'all have any recommendations for a charcoal or ash or something like that, something tonally variegated silk, send the names of them my way. I think that I'm probably going to go to In Stitches and shop there and try to find my silk for this. A unicorn like this deserves whatever I want for it. Like I'm not gonna do this one in Anchor. Although it would be beautiful in Anchor. For me, I need it in silk. I'm so excited. So excited. So that is it for the haul. I still have a package that is, I think it made it to Jersey. So I am fingers crossed hopeful that it should be to me by the end of this week. We'll see. It's just taken an East Coast tour. At least a Northeast tour. So we'll see when that gets here. And so in the meantime, let's go ahead and switch over to our last topic for the day, and we are going to talk about some knitting. Y'all, I have done some knitting, and I am just so excited about this project and the progress that I have made. And fair warning, when I finish it, it's probably going to be on me like 24/7 for like a few months. I am so excited about this. That might be a little dramatic, but I'm just really thrilled for this, and I can't wait to have the finished piece. But in the meantime, I'm thoroughly enjoying working on it. So this is my Socrates Shrug. This is by Jill Zielinski. You'll be seeing a preview here of the finished piece. And it is knit in worsted weight yarn. So I'm doing a Virginia Tech colored one because of course. But it's very autumn colors, and it's just making me so happy. So I cast on Monday, Labor Day. I was going to try to cast on September 1st, but I had to do some needle shuffling like you would not believe. I have the right size needles. I've had the right size needles, but I didn't have the right size cable. So I had to do some shuffling. So that took a while. But nonetheless, I got it cast on. And so here is where I am up to. Cast on in the maroon. It's coming up more magenta, but it's just so much deeper than that. It does have a little bit of a berry undertone to it, but it is darker than you're seeing. Nonetheless, so I cast on there, and I cast on using, I think, size 7s, and then it's just a short seated rib section, and then got into the color work after going up in, I think I went up 2 sizes on the needles. It called for the ribbing to be in a smaller needle just so that it really did pull in. And so now I am working the color work. How good is that? So I'm doing like legit color work, like not slip stitch color work, but like floats on the back color work. Unbelievable. It's slow going because I knit English style. And so what that means is I hold my working yarn with my right hand and I throw. And so I have to constantly drop the yarn, switch colors, untwist things because things get inevitably twisted, and then continue on. And you will see that each of these color segments are fairly short, so it goes a little slow, but I am enjoying it, having a lot of fun with that color work. And I think it's turning out really pretty. I posted on Instagram stories that this little spot right here, it's like a little heart of color happy. So good. And so that neutral color is Malabrigo Sandbank. It did arrive on Friday, and it's just this beautiful, warm, neutral color, and I love it. And so there it is with this is Malabrigo Rios, worsted 100% superwash. This is Madeline Tosh Vintage. The colorway here is Heartbeat. And so that's what I'm working in. So the color work is 50 rows. I think I'm on row 8, maybe 7 or 8. And then I will switch to this color for the body for a good long while. This is a one size because this is the sleeve. So, like there's no real fit issue here. But I think that I'm probably going to make mine a little bit longer than they have advertised just because I have the yardage. I don't think I needed 6 skeins of my body color. And I have 6.5 because I have a leftover half skein. Anyway, I think I'm going to make mine a little longer just so that it's just a little, because it kind of goes to about here on the pattern, and I would like mine to kind of come up to about here. So we'll see how it goes. I'm super excited. So knitting. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And I'm super excited. So I'm going to continue working on that until I don't want to anymore. At this point today, I could see myself knitting straight through the whole thing, but we'll kind of wait and see. Once I get to the body, it's stockinette for miles, and so that could get boring. So we'll see. So that is my knitting, and that's going to bring us to the end of the video. I have no idea because everything's kind of in blocks and chunks of video, but I think we did it under 35. Fingers crossed. That would be cool. Y'all know how it is. Anyway, so just a quick thank you, heartfelt thank you to all of my subscribers. We are getting very close to 5,000. So we'll see what happens there. Who knows? And I just appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of you who have watched the 3 videos that I posted this weekend and are back here again today. I'm thinking that because I got all of that taken care of, that we are going to get back on a normal schedule with some regular length videos here, but more consistent. That's the hope anyway. So thank you. Thank y'all for watching. If you are new here, then I hope that you consider subscribing. Very much appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, I'm headed off. Time to edit. Hopefully this one can upload today. I think that would be great. Happy stitching, everybody. As always, be kind. I'll see you in the next one.